My name is Gabriel Summers, now known as Vulcan. I was a member of the X-Men. I'm a powerful mutant out on a mission of vengeance for things that were done long before I was Vulcan. For there was a time, before the anger that feeds me now, when I was innocent, when I was a child known as Gabriel. Gabriel Summers. Even thinking that name is like a knife in my thoughts. Bad enough to remember my years as a slave to an alien empire I could never hope to understand. But to know my true origin, it's too hard to bear, and yet I cannot stop thinking about it. Flashback to my birth. Christopher and Catherine Summers were kidnapped from Earth by the Shi'ar advance scouts while my mother was pregnant with me. Christopher tried valiantly to protect them from the evil Emperor Deacon, but his efforts were in vain, and he was forced to watch Deacon ripping me from my dying mother's womb. I almost died, but I was placed inside an incubation accelerator where I grew up to suitable slave age in only months. The present, knowing these things would be bad enough for me, but having actually seen the images in my own memory and seeing the madman laughing over my mother's corpse is enough to drive me across the great blackness of space. I wish to find this Emperor Deacon and make him pay. With each passing day, I wished I hadn't made Marvel Girl and Charles Xavier show me how I came to be, because I cannot wash these images away. So, I will have to burn them out instead. I have lost track of the days since I left Earth, but it's been at least a week. I approached a Shi'ar star cruiser at high speed. They are unprepared for me, and that's something I've been counting on. I plow straight through the ship, destroying it. Its crew float into space, helpless against their attacker. The remains of the ship drift into the emptiness of space along with the crew. It's almost too easy. I think to myself, there must be more to the Shi'ar than this. I grabbed a hold of one crew member wearing a spacesuit, which allows him to survive the cold, oxygen-free environment of the vacuum. I asked the man if he understands me, to which he replies that he does. Shi'ar. Galaxians learn nearly every spoken language. He asks, though, how I managed to speak in the emptiness. I replied that my voice is pure energy, transmitting to his communicator. The man asks why have I attacked them. They aren't a warship. I tell him that they are Shi'ar. Isn't that enough? The man assures me that the Shi'ar are no longer a threat to Earth, but I asked rhetorically if that is supposed to erase the things they have done. I don't think so. I asked how far away the Shi'ar homeworld is. The man replies that I will never make it to Chandilar alive. Throne World's defenses could hold back Galactus himself for days. I clenched my fist and asks if he'd rather die for his corrupt empire. The man quickly agrees to tell me what I needed to know. He informs me that even at my speed, it would take several years to reach Chandilar. The stargates are the only way to arrive more swiftly. Stargates? Where are they? How do I use them? I asked. However, only Shi'ar vessels may activate the gates. A man flying alone under his own power through the heavenly terrain, as wondrous as myself may be, will not be able to activate them. I figured I'll have to find another ship because I have business with his Emperor Deacon, and I don't intend to wait years to settle it. Deacon? Replies the man, surprised. He informs me that I've waited too long. Deacon has lain in the sleep of the near dead for many cycles. Lilandra is Empress of the Shi'ar. What? I yelled. The man adds that I seek vengeance on a ghost. I raged at history. I let the man go, then fly towards him and reply, no, I rage at you. I unleashed a burst of energy from my hand that rips right through my unfortunate victim, leaving him a smoldering carcass as he floats away. I'll still have my revenge, if not on Deacon, then on his people. And this, Lilandra. She took his place. Now it'll cost her. I think to myself, I realize that the man is right. I need a ship in order to travel more quickly. I extended my arms outward. Through my exposure to a massive amount of mutant energy, I was not only awakened from my own near-death state, but my abilities were elevated to Omega level. I now remembered my training and the words of Professor Xavier, and my senses reach out into the blackness around me, searching, until I feel the power cells of 3 Shi'ar ships pulsing in the distance. Following the trail is a simple task from that point, but these vessels are warships. As I approached the Shi'ar warships, they didn't hesitate to attack. They fired rockets at me, but I exploded them before it reaches me. I'm knocked backwards by the shockwave, but this will be a fight at least. These men will earn their deaths, I declared. I only needed one of the ships intact, but I would like the ship's crew to serve me of their own will. How can this be done?
What does the brief memories of my father's time with the Shi'ar tells me?
They respect that which can defeat them. They respect what they fear. I know that it will take most of my energy to destroy 2 of the ships, and I'm not even certain that it can be done. But I'll try. I reached out, touched 2 of the ship's power sources, and I shut them down completely. Their weapons, life support, and artificial gravity shut down, and the 2 warships drift towards each other swiftly until colliding, destroying both. With the little energy I had left, I communicated with the remaining warship, praying they don't realize I'm too weak now to do them any harm. I gave the captain 1 minute to decide. The captain doesn't know how weak I am now, but he does figure that he cannot stand against such a powerful figure. He clenches his fist. We are defeated. I board his ship and is hailed by the captain, who offered me a sword. I tell him to keep it. I don't need one. And tell the captain he might want to fall on it at some point in the near future. Later, I'm resting in my chambers when the captain arrives. I asked if my orders are understood. The captain replies that they will be followed, but he doesn't understand why the stargates must be destroyed as we pass through them. It will cripple interstellar travel for the Empire. I tell him I'm sure it will, but I'm not that concerned about the Shi'ar. I'm thinking of the Earthmen who will be following me. The captain informs me that Earthers cannot access the gates, but I warned him not to underestimate them. I then asked about Lilandra. The captain explains that Lilandra inherited the throne when Great Emperor Decan was taken by illness. She is the youngest sister of the Narameni line. I ask if there's an older sister. Her older sister is in exile, and her name is Deathbird. No one has heard of her for a while, but it is believed she still lives. I find this information interesting. I suggested the captain take a seat, and then asks for a crash course on Shi'ar history. I need to know what I'm up against. Days pass, and my knowledge of the Shi'ar grows with each of them. My newly acquired ship passes through the outer territories of Shi'ar space, spreading destruction in its wake. I watch from my seat on the command deck, knowing that my legend is growing with each attack. I also know that rumor and fear of my arrival has by now reached the throne world. It's a perfect plan, like that of my hero, Julius Caesar. The warbird exits another stargate, taking it into the inner realms of the Shi'ar Empire. I ordered them to blow the gate, and the stargate explodes behind us. Again, I ordered my crew to prepare to repel the boarders, but a crew member informs me that there are no ships within scanning range. Then, another crewman informs me that we are being hailed from space. I thought as much. I ordered them to put them on the comm. Outside the ship, Gladiator and 3 members of the Imperial Guard are in the ship's path, leaving their own ship behind. Captain of the Shi'ar, warbird! You are guilty of treason against the Imperium, Gladiator declares. I am ordered to surrender my vessel and turn myself in for summary judgment, or face the wrath of the Imperial Guard.